Weird. This is literally the only time you'll see this like this, by the way. But I'm not home. What's good, yo? And it has to do with the assist tier list that I made because people had a bunch of questions about it, and I want to kind of address a lot of things. I have like a lot of thoughts on what people are talking about with assists. So I want to talk about how I weigh the strength of an assist and what I think is important in assist in this game. So the main thing is that for the most part, I'm not gonna say totally because it's really easy to point examples of characters who don't fit this, but characters in Dragon Ball are designed from a point of weakness, not from a point of strengths. Yo, Femi Kai, thank you for the follow. And also Snakebite, thank you for the follow. I'm a little out of the game. But, yeah, characters in this game are mostly designed from a point of weakness. So the assists you choose are especially important in this type of game. It might be that Dragon Ball is like the weakest team game. Maybe besides like something like the Aquapaza type of game where like you barely use your assists and stuff because you can't use that much. So, with that in mind, if you recall my assist tier list, and I can't really bring it up because I'm not home, but if you recall my assist tier list, I basically value like beam and neutral control the most, and then defensive assist after, and then various other types of assists after that. So, with that in mind, what I would rather do is I'm going to talk about some common points in assists and explain why I feel like either these assists are really strong or why people overrate assists. So let's start with the ones that people overrate a lot, right? And I'm gonna turn over here because the screen's over here. So the first one is definitely Kid Buu. That's Kid Buu B. Let's pick Kid Buu A. So a lot of people think this is a broken assist, basically. So why do I not think this is broken? So actually, one of the reasons why Kid Buu is so good is because he gets mix-ups from mostly everybody, because he can do block string in the arm ball, or like play a guessing game around EX Mystic Ball into Assist Call, right? And then when you have Kid Buu A, you also get a 50-50, right? But there's one, because again, I rated this assist really high, so people's issue was it wasn't absolute top tier. But the issue, and it's going to be a really common theme while I'm talking about these assists, is this. That. So it's one hit, it goes, if it touches you, you get the multiverse, right? So there actually is neutral application for this assist, but this is an assist that affects every level of play, but it's more impactful at lower level of play, because at lower level of play, it's just more likely you're going to catch your opponent blocking. If you go watch like the international, sub-international, and national level play, you won't see people literally catching the other players unless either they play an uncommon character like, some character that people don't know how to fight very well, or they build a team specifically designed to catch you in a certain way neutral. Those are the main ways, you know. So Kid Buu, the neutral application is, even though it's there, which is why I rated it higher than some other block string assists, like Videl, like Adult Gohan, like even Vegito and Super Saiyan Goku, right? Because it does have some neutral application, it's really limited, right? So like the main ways you can use this assist, shout out to my fucking share screen, but one of the main ways you use assist besides block stun is like you do something. It's a really lazy example, but you do something. So Kid Buu can appear off screen and throw the gumball at you. So you do something that lets you do that, and you'll get like it's kind of like a mine when you use like that, and it's really easy to hit compared when you do that. But because the neutral application is limited, I can't compare it to what I think is the best thing, which is neutral and defense assist, personally. Okay, let's go to another one that people are like, because I actually have Broly here, so I want to talk about Broly because that's another one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's Yamcha. It's Yamcha. So Yamcha is another one. This one has been running for a mad, like so long. Alright, let's talk about Yamcha real quick. So, Yamcha has a really, really big issue, which is this. Okay. It doesn't go full screen, and it only hits on the ground. So, the actual applications for it, in the spaces where you can use it, it's outrageous, but the application is limited. So where can we use Yamcha, right? Yamcha, when we're off screen, we can call Yamcha. Yamcha is one of the fastest assists in the game. So in the space that you could use him, he is OD, right? And of course we know, actually, funny enough, Roshi can't do this, but of course it's the classic, this, right? And then, of course, he has Mad Block Stun, so he gives a lot of characters 50-50s. But again, this goes back to, you have to catch your opponent, and it's hard to catch your opponent. So despite Yamcha being super strong in the places you can use him, you can't use him absolutely anywhere. And I think a thing you have to consider is that in Season 3 and 3.5, and even the people who use it in Nationals, there are a bunch of people who... I'd have to actually see who Gamba, what assist he used for Yamcha. I don't know what assist he used for Yamcha. But I know, like, Kami was playing Yamcha and he played Beam. Like, a bunch of people who played Yamcha played Beam. And there's a reason why they play Beam. And the main thing has to do with neutral. Like, in the point where we are in the game is a very jumping, defensive, trying to make sure you stay airborne and cycle your movement options. So an assist like this that travels across the ground, like this, it has limited application. Despite it being really good in the spots you can use it, it does have limited application. Yo, Fuego! Thanks for the follow, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. So that's another one. And while we are at it, let's bring in Broly. So I rated this assist. It's a beam length, as I like to call it. I put this in my top tier assist. Why? Oh my god, LK, it doesn't have a lot of blocks. Who gives a fuck? Honestly, who gives a fuck? Why? Why? Who gives a fuck? Because look at the neutral. This shit has so much. Honestly, let's bring in Roshi. This shit has so much neutral application, right? One, it travels slow and speeds up. That's a big thing. Two, and this is a really huge thing. Let's bring Broly. Actually, funny enough, let's do it on his own. Where's the button? It beats Ki Blast. So it is a neutral assist that has an extra function. It beats Ki Blast straight up. That is super easy to combo off of, which is like kind of important. Like, I don't rate hit confirm ability super important. Like, it's not like the most important thing to me, but it's nice, right? That it's nice. So for me, it's not about like how many frames of hit stun the assist has. It's more like how does the assist hit you. So like things that pop you up, in my opinion, are way better than like for instance, let's say because Yamcha's a beam, right? Let's use Yamcha as examples. Because Yamcha's a beam. I rate beam really high too, but Yamcha's a beam. So Yamcha. So when this hits, okay, so you go flying back. It has a lot of hit stun. You can definitely confirm it, but some people think it's pretty hard to confirm. It's not actually that beams are hard to confirm, it's that you have to build something to confirm from it, right? So in this example, let's bring in Broly. So you just have to make sure you build something. Like, you don't even have to, that's like a really simple example, but like usually like, you know, you can do something into assist and like keep the combo going. You have to build something for that situation, right? But for an assist like Broly's A assist, fuck. Generally, because of how much time you don't have to take a lot of time to like do something special. It just pops them up. So like for me, like that style of hit stun, like the Roshi style where like he pulls you in, or like the Broly A where you pop up, or like the UI A where you pop up and float for a long time. Like I value that more than the actual amount of hit stun that an assist has. Like the number doesn't tell the whole story, type of thing. So I covered that one. What's another? Okay, let's talk about Roshi B. So Roshi B and Roshi A. Let's talk about Roshi B, Roshi A next, and then I'll talk about Majin Buu A because I should talk about it. So let's talk about Roshi A. So, Roshi actually technically has the best beam. Technically. So he has a Tien style. There's mad hit stop on it, and it wall bounces. So you have a lot of time. But the thing is, and this is why I kind of changed my mind on it, because this assist is really strong, but it has a lot of counterplay. And actually, we have to talk about beams for Majin Buu because we have to talk about like why I feel like beams are as good as they are, right? But so it's this one that everyone is like really high on. So there's a few skills. So one, you have this. Okay. So I'm gonna keep it real. With you guys. Part of the reason why people think it's broken is because honestly, you're not fucking good at the game. You fucking run around and mash. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna lie to you. You run around and mash, and I have an assist that stops you from mashing. But that's important. That is important. But the thing about this assist is that there is a what is he? Oh shit. There you go. You can actually literally see it. There's a circle there. That orb, that's all he covers, right? So the onus is on you. You can avoid that. Like, you can see, especially like if you go back and watch Nationals and see people play against Roshi, you see people just peel off. Once it's out of play, it's gone for 8 seconds, right? Now, what ends up happening eventually is there's a guessing game that happens where, like, you know, I'm here and like the opponent's trying to run away, and I make the guess, hey, they want to bait my defensive assist, so I'm gonna fucking run at them. I'm gonna fucking do this because they're scared of my defensive assist. And this is why you see at the highest level, sometimes people run into Roshi because they're betting that the person's not gonna call them. Because sometimes you have to do it. Unfortunately. So the main thing about Roshi is that it's really small. I mean, it's not really small. It's small. It doesn't cover a large area. But the applications for it are really, really good. It's a defensive assist. So you can use it like in block stun, after reflect, blah, blah, blah. You can use it as an anti-air. You can use it as anti-beam in certain spots. You can use it to protect yourself in scrambles. You can use it as sparking. So like, compared to the other defensive assists, Roshi and UI have so many extra applications that I weigh it the same as beams, even though technically there's a lot of counter, because like, you know, again, you can just get away from it, right? But let's talk about the beam next. Yo, Ayamatsu Swiggin, thank you so much for following. Roshi is mad high. That's actually not true. Roshi only hits high if the opponent presses a button, because the way the games makes hurtboxes, the hitbox hurtbox is really fair in this game. Like, if this was GG, you would not see it hit as anti-air so much. But the issue is like the hurtbox is so big, so it will suck you in way more than you realize. So let's talk about beam. And we have to get another character here. So I talked about the beam like. So all the beam likes also, they, especially the ones that are really top tier, I feel like they do more than one thing. And I used to think they weren't as good as beams, but I've changed my mind recently. I think they're at the same level. Neutral control for a game where you could like honestly run around frolic, etc., right? Like things that lock out areas of the screen are honestly the best thing. Like I think it's unquestionably the best thing at high level. Things that lock people out are the most important thing. So let's take another example, right? So we have two of them. So actually, I generally tend to say that I think it's GTA, right? This is GTA. So there are many people who think this is the best assist in the game. But why is this not the outright? I think it's in the best group. I wouldn't say it's like the best type, like straight up. It's like a weird spot. It's so negligible to me at this point. Like before I was really like hard edge, like horizontal beams are better in the GT. But now I think they're kind of the same. But let's talk about like what the GT does. So, okay. So what this does is that it only seals off. Oh, whoops! Vegeta's getting hit. Hold on, let me make him crouch. It only seals off one part of the screen. The main thing is that people play in that zone a lot because they're jumping all the time. But if you look at it, there's two dead zones. You stay on the ground or you go over it. There's two dead zones, right? This is really, really important. As opposed to, let's bring out our boy Roshi so I can use the... Okay. when you do a horizontal beam, whoops. When you do a horizontal beam, technically there's 2 spots. I have him backdashing, right? But if I do this instead, let's do this instead. Okay, they're really common. So if I do this instead, there's only one place you can go. There's only one. Actually, technically, there's 2 places you can go. You can be on the ground and reflect a beam, or you can go over the beam. So when you do beam, thing plus beam or calling beam, you greatly restrict your opponent's out of control restrict your opponent's options in neutral. It's mega important. Yo, Yulang, thank you so much for follow. So let's do another example. So let's do this. Alright, that should work the way I want it to. Okay. So look how much of the screen I control when I do this. Actually, you know what? Just to show it even better, like let's just do my same thing. Right? So I covered jump height and ground with just that. It's a huge thing about this game, being able to control large swaths of neutral. But the characters are small. For the most part, characters have small normals, and like for the most part, also characters are lacking angles they can control. So having an assist that just goes boom. There's only like 2 places you can go or 1 place you can go is so goddamn strong. Compared to like block stun is strong because there's mix-up is weak in this game, but you have to get them. Like, can you guarantee? Do you think you can guarantee get them every time like that? I don't know.
Can you guarantee get them, bro?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm talking about how people's brains are small. For real. I think there's one more assist I want to talk about, right? It's a mildly unique one. Damage. No, my boy just be wearing like jackets inside. Actually, it's kind of cold here though. Like, it was 40 the other night. It was pretty cold. Let's talk about this assist. Majin Buu. Where's Majin Buu? Is he in the game? There he is. So honestly, Majin Buu is a really similar example, a similar thing to like the things I described. So similar to assists like when people downplay assists like SSJ for Vegeta A, it's the same idea. So there's Majin Buu. So the thing is, Majin Buu, you can make him appear. It's really common. He appears in a spot where he can't be hit, right? So there are a bunch of applications for it, where like if someone like does something, he protects you because the breath is ridiculously huge. It's mad easy to confirm, which is nice. So like for when people are trying to like really force their way, because of course, I mean Vegeta's kind of extra, but. The biggest one, fuck characters, but honestly the biggest one is like things something like this, where like he just protects you with a big box. Again, neutral and defense is the thing that is the most important. Like he clears a big box on the screen, right? Look at how far he goes on the screen too, right? It looks so like. On the inside, this is really similar to Frieza's A assist, which I think is a really good assist too. The only reason why I didn't rate it as high is because they just keep nerfing it. Honestly, they just keep nerfing it. But it's again just about screen control, being protected by a hitbox in a game where it's really hard. Like one of the biggest things about this game, you guys watch me play Guilty Gear for the past 4 hours. Like in GG. You have ways to specifically call out areas of the screen and lock it down with a character. But in Dragon Ball, individual characters aren't that good at that. And if they are, there's usually some major flaw, like it's a key blast or something, or it has a lot of recovery or something to make up for that because they understand that shit is really good. So having an assist that does that for you, and the only downside is cooldown, is mega powerful. Any